to ask you about this idea of negative entities.
Okay.
And that in the spirit world, there, and you would be great at explaining this, but what I've heard is that some people don't move over, or they haven't passed all the way to the other realm and they're stuck here.
I have never had someone come through saying that they were stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I have never encountered an energy of somebody who's crossed over, stuck, needing more prayers or whatever. But I have encountered lower level entities or energies that might be a little bit like a, gremlin trickster kind of a vibe, right? So I believe that energetically, again, boundaries, whether in the physical world or the metaphysical world, as long as you're coming from a place of surrounding yourself in a positive light, keeping yourself protected, energy-wise, they can't affect you. So nobody should be afraid of something like that. Just be aware that positive and negative energy generically exists on both sides. And as long as you're living in a place of, like, Central Park is a beautiful park. It is a beautiful park in Manhattan during the day. Don't walk through it at night. It would be foolish to walk through Central Park at night because crime happens, right? So it would be foolish to walk through metaphysical parks in an unprotected way, right? So that means that you're keeping yourself protected.
Is that like seances, and you feel like,
Not
you
just
hear
seances,
weird
but
stories about that stuff?
Inviting energy in that's not positive.
Yeah.
So, but let's talk about what you encountered, because I think if before we walked into this studio today, we weren't in here. If somebody came in here and they were vaping and they were vaping grape vape, whatever, we'd walk in and we would go, what's that smell? Oh, that smells like grape. Somebody must have been vaping. We would encounter what happened in the room and we would relate to it in our own way. Somebody would go, oh, that's disgusting. Somebody would go, oh, that smells sweet. Oh, that smells like grape. Oh, somebody was vaping, right? We walked into something that already happened. The person came in, it happened, and it left. But we're feeling, smelling, connecting with what took place in that spot. So it doesn't mean the person who was in the granny flat and maybe died there was stuck there. It's just that you can feel the sense of what happened in that spot.
Yeah.
Right? So I always I call it, I don't call it, but it's called residual energy. So you can walk into a place and encounter residual energy and then think that it is that person. I had a teacher that ran a metaphysical store, and I had a really bizarre experience. We were studying astrology. I was taking an astrology class. It was her and another psychic. And she got up to go to the bathroom, and I literally felt from the corner behind me like somebody that was like 9 foot tall, like, walk up behind me. And I did like one of these, like, and she caught me and she goes, what? I went, nothing. And she's like, no, what did you sense? I go, I don't know. I kind of felt like somebody, like, 6 feet tall. I don't want to say 9 feet tall. Like somebody like 6'5", like tall energy. I was like, that kind of just made their presence known to me. And she goes, oh, that's Manny. And I was like, oh, who the hell's Manny? And she's like, oh, Manny is a manifestation of an energy that I created as a protector in here. And I just kind of breathe life into Manny as an extension. And, I am a very logical person. And I was just sitting there going, like, okay, I think I'm good for today. Like, I think I just, like, what? Now, I can't debunk what she told me.
Yeah.
Because I know what I felt.
Yes.
She didn't tell me that first, and then I felt it. Like, I felt it, and then she told me. So do I believe that's possible? I kind of have to now. I kind of feel like we can create a manifestation of an energy that somebody else can relate to. So what about somebody who's very, very dark? What if somebody's, like, dealing with addiction? What if somebody's dealing with a very lower vibrational element? That means that they can create that kind of a vibe, or let's go back to the vape smoke.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe or an energy that people can relate to. So I'm more about, let's look at energy and how do we worry about our energy, not the collective energy.
Yes.
Because if we could raise our vibration, that means that we're going to pull in other people, and then we can empower, inspire, and help them to evolve in that same way.
That's beautiful.